So this is starting to get pretty ridiculous with people. I don't I don't know what the society is doing. Like, I really don't. I know that there are several constructs. Race is a construct, right? Because if you narrow everything down in when it comes to humanity, humans are humans, animals are animals. Different species, like a dog is a dog, right? A dog isn't a cat, right? So I get when you talk about construct, because racial identity can be considered a construct. However, there are some typical things when it comes to certain groups of people with the phenotype, skin coloring, like, I mean, separating from skin tones and skin colors, because every geographic, you can be an Asian and be as white as a white so-called white person. You can be a Hispanic person and be, that is mixed with, that's mestizo with indigenous Indian and European and sometimes even African, and still be as white as a white person. So, like, I get the whole idea of construct, to be honest. But when it comes to gender, even though language itself is a construct, right? Language is a construct. It still has a basis, right? Even in ancient civilizations, they understood there were different. There were two genders. Within those two genders, they also knew that there were different type of personalities, right? So in Native American culture, they know that they even acknowledge transgender people, or people that cross over to another experience, right? But the truth of the matter is that person is still whatever gender they came into this world with. That's the scientific, that's the mathematical component of being either a male or female, okay? So that is not a construct. That is factual, actual mathematical biology, okay? So I'm missing a point because I'm trying to get where I want to get to. Let's play this.
Lastly, we got all of our eunuchs. What is a eunuch? Most people think it means a man who's been castrated. It can also just mean an effeminate man who's not interested in women. Jesus said that there's three kinds of eunuchs. Eunuchs by birth, eunuchs who were made so by others, and eunuchs who chose to be eunuchs. You know what Jesus said about them? Love and accept them all. Gender is a construct, and it's all...
So Jesus didn't say love and accept them all. I don't know if these people don't ever read the Bible or read the scriptures, because I studied the Bible for over 35 years. Okay? So he didn't say love them all. He was pointing out, it's just like when the scriptures say in the last days there will be earthquakes here and earthquakes there, don't be fearful. He wasn't saying he was creating the earthquakes. He was saying at the end times that would be a sign. So when she says that he said love them all, that's not what the scriptures say. And yes, the divine aspect in the universe is to love everybody, right? But don't misquote the scriptures, because that's not what Jesus said when he was speaking in those particular scriptures. So-called that being, which isn't even Jesus. I mean, I'm not going to even get into that while we're sitting here appropriating and placing labels on people. That's another person or being that name was created by Catholicism to be that name, and that it was not the actual name of that being. But I digress. But that being didn't say love them all. The being was just pointing things out that were happening. So one of the biggest historian or historical books is the Bible. That is one of the very first historical books ever written. Of course, there's going to be some things that were mistranslated, mistalked about. Yes, but she's misquoting, because that is not what was said in the Bible by that being. But it is divine to love everybody. However, loving everybody doesn't mean that you accept hypocrisy. It doesn't mean that you accept lies and deceit. It doesn't mean that you accept, because even that being, you know, put judgment on the Pharisees of that day, calling them vipers and snakes, that they were misleading the people. So when you're misleading, that being wasn't about the deception. That being didn't accept deception. And accepting somebody saying that they are an actual woman and that they can bring into life from their womb that they don't have a child, and saying that they have a period, that's deception. Those are lies. And anybody with a brain is not going to accept that. Why would you willingly accept lies? So Egypt was one of the most equal based ancient civilization when it comes to men and women. And they also accepted, you know, what people call gay, or what people call lesbian, or what people call binary, or what people called bi, or what people called a multitude of different things, right? They were accepting, but those people weren't delusional, thinking that they actually could bring forth life. Because in even the hieroglyphs, they show the distinction between male and female. They show a distinction between who is able to give birth and who is not. So quit deceiving people. I don't understand why it's okay in this generation to lie to kids, lie to people, and misrepresent who you actually are. And it almost seems like a power struggle. It's like a power struggle to who can be the better woman. You can never be a better woman if you're actually a biological male. I'm sorry. Next lifetime, maybe you can be that. But this lifetime, if you were born a male, you are going to be a male who cannot produce or have a child. Those are the facts. I don't care how much science wants to fucking mutilate genitals and create vaginas and create penises and take breasts off a person's body. You still are who you are. That's why transitioning women to male can still have, you see stories where they've given birth, and they've given birth because they have the equipment. They were biologically born a woman, and they biologically have ovaries and a uterus and a womb to nurture a fetus in. Okay? So that's why those transgenders can have children. But a male to female cannot have a child. And I have a best friend, like I can't even reiterate how close this person is. But that person doesn't talk this dumb shit. Does that person want to have children in the future? Yeah. But that person also knows that she can't birth a child. And I think that person would be a great parent. However, some of these women that are raising these children, that are trying to be super woke and trying to be like so inclusive and so a part of everything, you're fucking destroying your children, bitch. Stop doing it. Leave your children alone. You have the agenda, not your child. Quit pushing your agenda on your child. You're as bad as what you claim religious people are in different religions like Islam, Christianity, or whatever. You're just as, if not worse, because they're not altering the bodies of their children. You are. You need to stop doing it.